what I'll do, I'll go to identity and access management. Okay. In identity and access management, I'll be inviting you. Okay. Add administrator group. I'll be inviting. I can give you your Gmail ID or your any Citrix ID if you have. So then I'll send you a mail. So when I send you a mail, you
Mhm.
have to log. You have to whatever mail you have received, you have to validate that. When you validate, it will ask you to go through the login process. Login process in the sense it will ask you to log into Citrix Cloud, enroll. So you will come to this page where you will be going to provide your name, your full name, your address, your password. Then once you enter the password, next step it will ask you to enroll for OTP. Once you enroll for OTP or any app authenticator, then it will give you some backup code. That backup code you have to download and save. So this is the login enrollment process. It will after enrollment process is followed, then whatever permission your administrator has given, suppose out of the multiple services I have given to Citrix Dash. So whenever you log in, you will get only Citrix Dash. Okay. So here you will get only Citrix Dash, not all the services. Because I have
Okay.
given permission for only Citrix Dash. This
Okay.
is how. And once you get Citrix Dash, then how can you manage? How will you get the console? The on-premises console, the studio console. Okay. In on-premises, where you install the delivery controller, you will get a studio console. Studio console means you have to manage. You have to all everything you have to manage there in the studio console itself. Okay. This is called studio console. Director
Okay.
also have a console.
Okay.
So all
So
these
this
components have
is everything is available on the cloud itself. No need to install separately
Huh.
instances like we
So
do in.
In Citrix Dash, these are all are pre-installed. You are not going to
Okay.
install. So as I
Okay.
said, when you are going to subscribe for Citrix Dash, you no need to install any delivery controller, database, storefront, director, nothing. Those are already pre-installed.
So
You have to just give you the manage console. That's all. Once you click on
okay.
the manage, you will get the console.
So if anything issue with the director control or the take care by the Citrix department or
Resolve that issue. Citrix will resolve that issue.
okay, okay. So we need to
Okay.
we need to contact Citrix for that.
Yes, usually, very rarely that issue happens until unless
Okay.
there is a downtime or there is a outage of the complete data center, your hardware failure. Otherwise, it does not happen so easily. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So coming to the, let us understand about the architecture. Okay, the on-prem architecture. Okay. In the on-prem architecture, we'll discuss about how the flow will be and how the architecture will be. So I just want to know till what time you are available today, like we can continue the session.
Till next 45 minutes.
Next 45 minutes, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what we'll do, let us go through the components and the architecture and the components. Dash part will keep it separate because there are many things in the dash. If we get into more into that means we will be not able to complete the CVAD.
Yeah, tomorrow we can cover, we can take extra 10 20 minutes extra and we can cover that.
Yeah,
The
correct.
dash, dash part.
Majorly we are focusing on this particular curriculum. But if I'm taking extra means that this time also will increase. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that has to we have to manage with that also. Maybe what you can do, I would suggest that first of all go through the CBAR part, okay, and do some hands-on in your. If you're getting some project is fine. Otherwise, you can go through the dashboard. Unfortunately, the problem is you will not get any trial version of your components,
Yeah,
Citrus
cloud.
components.
It is cloud, yeah.
No, Citrus components. You will not get trial version of Citrus components. So that is where the challenge will be. So that is why whatever you will be doing in the lab, it is better to take the screenshot and write down the notes, what you have done, why you have selected this option, and why you have selected this catalog, delivery group, that what you have done. So it is better so that you will be having a complete guide. So
Okay.
next time, suppose if you just go through the guide, and if in case you are getting some project means, at least you will get some
Okay.
confident to work on that. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we will be doing all the lab and everything set up on premises or it
On
just it
premises. The actual setup will be on Azure only. but it will be like of on premises.
Okay.
Because we are going to deploy, we are going to install delivery controller, we are going to install storefront. That is a CVAD setup only. Okay. If we are not, if it is a dash means we should not install any component. Simply subscribe and you will get the console access
Okay. Okay.
within some time. Okay.
Okay. Is this subscription is based on the amount of users, like 5,000, 10,000 users, or
Yes, we have to
package?
purchase Citrix Dash. Suppose I want to purchase for Citrix Dash, I have to contact any authorized vendor. Okay,
Uh-huh. So do
I
do
have to.
do
I have
do we
to.
have like a enterprise model, a basic model? Do we have something like that
Yes, yes,
here?
yeah. There also you'll be getting different licensing models. Okay,
Uh-huh.
whether you are going to go with the Dash Cloud, Dash Hybrid. Okay, then licensing models are different.
Okay.
Depending upon the license features, you will get different or different features from that, depending upon the license.
Go ahead.
So in Citrix CVAD, in CVAD architecture, if you call it CVAD architecture, we have 5 layers. The Citrix components has been divided into 5 layers. So now let us discuss which components are. First of all, this particular layer what we discuss, it's called as a user layer. Why this is user layer? Because in this layer, the end users are residing. End users are residing in this layer, like which are the components are coming under user layer. This is our end user layer. The first of all, the end users, we call it as end users, endpoint devices. These are the end users, means the user who is using Citrix, not administrating. So in Citrix there are two types of users. One is the administrator who is going to manage Citrix. Like you, if you are going to get a project of Citrix, you have to manage, you have to install the components, you have to create machines, you have to configure. So these are the administrators. Others are the end users who are going to use the Citrix, access whatever you will publish, whatever administrator will publish, end users will access. Okay,
Okay.
then they will use end devices, endpoint devices. Devices in the sense, endpoint devices means laptops, desktops, okay, mobiles, okay. These are the endpoint devices.
Okay.
Apart from that, Citrix client, because Citrix simply it won't, you cannot, access some application or launch some application on desktop. All these devices should have a Citrix client. Citrix client, earlier it was called Citrix receiver, and now it is latest version. It is called Workspace app. Citrix receiver is the older name. Okay,
Okay. Okay. So what
Citrix
is the
receiver is
current
the
new version, which is called Citrix
Workspace
Workspace?
app.
Okay.
Citrix Workspace app. You can download it, and that is freely available. You can download it and you can install it. Okay, these are the components comes under user layer. These are the end user part. So first of all, this is the workspace and client has to be installed on the endpoint devices. Those are used to access the Citrix published applications, and end users are the users who are going to access them. Okay. Next layer is access layer. Okay? Next layer is access layer, because end users are going to access the Citrix environment. So next layer is the access layer. So before they access Citrix, they need a login, because Citrix, that anyone cannot access Citrix. Suppose you have Citrix environment in your organization, no one, everyone, suppose all the people, all the employees in your organization should not access Citrix. It's a depend upon authentication. Whomever you will give permission, whomever the application what you publish, you are assigning, only those users will get access. But how can those users will get access? Who will take that decision? So there will be a portal will be there.
Okay.
Okay. So there will be a portal. Portal in the sense web server. So Citrix have a web server that is called storefront. This storefront will allow you to log in. This storefront will allow you. First of all, this storefront is a web server. It will give you the login page. Okay, what does the storefront does? It will give a login page, then it will authenticate. Okay, it will give a login page. It will authenticate, and it will enumerate the resources. Enumerate resources. So we'll discuss about what is enumeration. So I'm sharing with you one link. Whenever you have time, please
Mhm.
go through. Did you get that message in chat box?
1 second.
Open that.
Yeah, yeah.
There it shows in the chat box.
This is a technical
Yes.
overview. User
So
devices.
this is the yes. So this is where it just in a high level it give you the technical the components, and here it will give you the description of what is the delivery controller. So it is a central management component of the site. Each site has one or more delivery controller because you are going to configure the site on the delivery controller itself. Without delivery controller, you cannot install a you cannot configure a site. Okay. So one environment means one site. Okay. And each site have a database. Like one database cannot be shared by multiple sites. One site is to one database. Okay. There are three types of databases will come, like a configuration login database, site database, monitoring database. Okay. First of all, it comes as a every site database. Okay, that is called this database stores the data collect managed by servers. That's every site has a site database. Also have configuration login database and monitoring database. Okay, three databases will come. So one site it having three databases. So it is not vice versa, or you can say one database cannot be shared by multiple sites. Okay.
Basically, side in the sense is it a virtual machine or what?
No, no. Site means it's an environment. It's an environment. So when you configure, you will come to know. Okay. Then virtual machine agent. What is agent? What is storefront? What is workspace app? This is your studio console where you are going to configure site, configure catalog, delivery group, policies. You'll be able to see the logging, and you can add more administrators who are going to manage. What is hosting? Hosting means hypervisor, where I'm going to create the machines. What is Citrix? Citrix, this is a Citrix tool, but Citrix has an automation tool also, who will which will be used to create multiple machines out of a master image. Suppose I want 1,000 machines. I'm not going to create 1,000 machines one by one. What
Mhm.
I'll do, I'll create one master image. Then using this catalog, I can create 1,000 machines out of one single master image. Okay. So these are the Citrix Studio console. Okay, these are the left side whatever you are getting. These are the console where we are going to work. Okay, this is where it has been explained. What is a license server? What is a private access? What is a director? Why I'm sharing you this particular linkage to to get more understanding on the components. Okay, this is Citrix provisioning is an additional component. If I am not using, suppose, whenever I'm installing delivery controller, MCS machine creation service is the MCS is the machine creation service is the automation tool that is by default available on delivery controller, which will create machines from the master image. Okay. So similarly, there is Citrix gives one more server also, that is called Citrix provisioning server. It need separate server, separate license, separate you can say database. So this requires a separate infrastructure. Okay, this also have a tool called PVS, which also used to create machines from the master image, but the technology is different. Okay, MCS does different thing. PBS also does different thing. It works based on the VDisk. Okay, but
So
MCS is creating the machines, snapshots.
okay, so the MCS will work in on-premises and PVS will work in Citrix Cloud DaaS or both are
No, no, no.
both can.
I have not told that. This is PBS, Citrix, PBS and MCS both are available in on-premises. Earlier, PBS was very complicated. PBS is not available in cloud, first of all. Okay.
Okay,
Because PBS requires specific network configuration and all, so PBS is not available in DAS.
okay. So only the MCS is available in DaaS.
MCS is available in the DAS.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the deployment work, how the technical view deployment will work. This is your delivery controller. This is the controller which communicate with all the components. It communicate with studio, director, database, your VDA machine, which the users are accessing, storefront, even gateway also, Netscaler also communicate. That means delivery controller is the main component which communicate with all other Citrix components. So if you go through this, you'll be able to learn more about Citrix. So you can go through this site. If in case this is not enough for you, you can do some Google and you can check for the more about these components. Okay, but let me first of all complete the architecture and how the flow. Maybe that will help you to understand this particular article. Okay. Yeah.